All right, well, we're going to look at chapter 2 of the book of Colossians today. We've already done chapter 1, and Paul is writing to this Colossae church about some things. We're going to look at chapter 2, verse 20. Let's pick it up right now. It says this: "Since you died with Christ to the basic principles of this world, why, as though you still belong to it, do you submit to its rules? Do not handle, do not taste, do not touch. These are all destined to perish with use, because they are based on human commands and teachings." Basically what Paul is saying, he's saying, since you died with Christ, when Christ died on that cross and you invited him into your heart, he died for your past, present, and future sin. When he raised from the grave, you too were raised from the grave. And he's saying, since you died with Christ, the earthly part of you, everything, he said, why are you so focused on following all these rules now? Why are you so focused on, don't do that, don't touch this, don't handle this, don't eat that? And you got to understand that back then the Jewish people, they had a ton of laws and rules that they had to follow. But I think even in today's day and age, you meet these people that, like, they go to the churches and they're like constantly telling you, you can't do that, don't you dare do that, don't act that way. And some of the stuff is good, and it's not all bad. It's not at all. But the thing is they're focusing on that instead of their relationship with Christ and what Christ did for them on the cross. And that's where Paul is saying you can't focus on those things, because that doesn't matter nearly as much as anything as a relationship with Jesus Christ. And this is what Paul, he goes on to say this: "These are all destined to perish with use. Such regulations indeed have an appearance of wisdom, with their self-imposed worship, their false humility, and their harsh treatment of the body." I really like what it says in the Message right here. It says, "Such things sound impressive if said in a deep voice. They even give an illusion of being pious, but they're just another way of showing off, making yourselves look important." And that's just the truth. I mean, sometimes you might know someone, or this might be you, and it's like you're constantly focusing on what you can and can't do right or wrong. And it's like you just want to look important. People look at you and you're like, man, that person knows what they're doing. And the truth is you're focusing on all the wrong things, when you should be focusing on your relationship with Christ and what he did for you on the cross and what he's doing in your life right now. You're focusing on don't do this, don't do that, don't go here, don't go there. And that's just a false humility that isn't going to impress anyone.